tamers. So there's already an unofficial announcement going on in some of the groups in Facebook, maybe in Reddit as well, and probably Discord. So the new banners has been announced and it's probably gonna be released. Let's just check when the banners are gonna expire because probably that's the same time that the new banners will be released. So yep, it's 1 day and 17 hours. So that's gonna be 2 banners that are gonna expire. And let's probably, if the information in Facebook Digimon ReArise Global is correct, we're probably gonna see an announcement in game tomorrow. So let's wait for that if it's gonna be official. But until then, we can check on who or what the banner's gonna offer us. So there are gonna be 2 banners. One is a limited banner of Beelzemon BM. So I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this. A lot of tamers has been anticipating Belzeemon BM, and we're gonna talk about it in a bit on why exactly it's a hype Digimon. So Belzeemon BM has another featured Digimon together with it. It's MetalGarurumon Brave. So we're also gonna talk about what's good about MetalGarurumon, and for the next banner, it's actually HeavyLeomon. So I think this has been going on in Digimon ReArise Japan as well. So this is a good Digimon from what I've been hearing before. But we're gonna talk about if it's still good when it's gonna be released in global. And together with HeavyLeomon is Minervamon Brave. So I know there's been a Minervamon Com, so I know it's quite outdated already, but let's check out if this Minervamon Brave is still okay to use. So with that, let's go back to Belzeemon BM and check out the stats. So stats wise, HP 8600, power is high, 6153. So I think one of the highest in raw power. Actually good, and defense is 3000. So I think this is a bit in average right now, 3000. The highest that we have is around 4000. And this one is, yeah, I forgot to mention, this one is Brave. So Belzeemon BM is actually Brave, so not surprising that Belzeemon BM has a high power in terms of stats. And speed is also good. I think this is above average. Usually we get around 24 to 27, but this one is 30. So with that, I think we can go to this skills, main skill and sub skill. Let's see if the power is utilized well. So like I said in some of my reviews, the power, even though you might have a high power, if your skills are kind of useless, then it's overall it's gonna be useless. So let's check this with Belzeemon BM. So main skill is Chaos Flare. 230% at level 1, damage to random enemies 4 times. So this is like ReArise GM, I think pretty much exactly like ReArise GM because it hits 4 times randomly. So ignore enemy block, and I think the good thing here is that 2.5 times during critical hit. So with just the main skill, where I now get why there's a hype on Beelzemon BM. So 2.5 times crit, 4 times hit on random enemies. It's good for Battle Park. I can already imagine hitting 4 enemies randomly, or even just 1 enemy with 4 hits is gonna KO almost all the Digimons that we have right now. And just imagine another part of the game is Clash Battle. So Clash Battle, hitting the Clash Battle 4 times and 2.5 times during critical hit is very high in damage. So we're just in the main skill. So let's I'm getting excited already. I'm hoping I'm gonna get this one already. And I think I didn't save enough rubies, but we'll see. So next is sub skill, Darkness Attack Disaster. At level 1, 150% damage to all enemies. So this is good, all enemies. And let's check the effects. So the effects reduce buffs of all enemy targets by 5 turns. So this is again the magic number that Apocalypse has been carrying around. So if you don't have Apocalypse, this is the best time that you can get this reduced buff of all enemies. I think this one is better than Apocalypse because Apocalypse only targets 4 enemies. This one, Belzeemon BM, targets 5 enemies. Oh, and last effect of the subskill is almost the same as Apocalypse. So Apocalypse just has a better percentage, but it can inflict blind as well. So Apocalypse is 65% chance and Belzeemon BM 50% chance to inflict blind on all enemies. So basically this is better because it is all enemies. And in terms of damage, I think this one I definitely maximize the skills of this. This is one of those Digimons that you should increase the level of the skills up to level 10. So no question about that. Main skill is a good damage. Sub skill is also a good damage and good debuff. So no questions asked. Level 10. If you can, then go straight to 10. Let's look at the passive skill. Passive skill, nullify shock, paralysis, freeze, stun, sleep effects targeting oneself 2 turns. So it's quite selfish just for himself, but I'll take it. That's useful anyway. And the same poison burn error, so pretty much nullifying all the status ailments. I guess the only ones missing here is blind again. Yep, so friendship skill is pretty much the same with the main skill. So yeah, I'm not sure. We'll just check if we get Beelzemon BM because I think it usually is a bit higher in terms of damage. But if it says here, we'll just take as it is for now. So overall, I understand the hype now. Just reading this, imagining the lineup, I know why there's a hype. So if you're asking what Digimon you should get, this is the one. And yeah, with that, let's move on to the next featured Digimon. Is the same banner. It's MetalGarurumon. MetalGarurumon Brave, I think, as well. Where's the personality? There you go. Yep. Brave. So let's look at the stats. 6,133 HP is, I don't know, it doesn't really cut out anymore to have lower than 7k HP. But of course there are plugins, so might still be workable. Let's see. Power is not that great as well, 3,500. So if you're even gonna compare to Beelzemon BM, this is just almost a bit over half of what Beelzemon BM has. Death is gonna kill you. 1,379 is really low for a death. But yeah, it's a Brave Digimon, and you're expecting Brave Digimons not to be tanky, but more on offense. So yep, 32 speed is actually good. It's a bit high than expected. So this is if you're gonna add MetalGarurumon Brave, it's probably on a speed team where it has high speed because even the special plugins provide speed plus 24. So yeah, with that, let's check out the skills. 340% damage to 2 enemies, up 1 critical skills, 40 critical rate by 40%, counter rate by 40% for himself as well. Nothing interesting here really, it's just that it might hit a bit harder than other Digimons. Well, the old ones, but for the new ones, it's not that great. Subskill. Okay, 40% chance to inflict error on 3 enemies. So there's really nothing here. So let's look at this passive skill. Nullify poison burn error effect targeting brave allies. So it's only okay, let's check it out. So it's targeting brave and deaf allies. Like, I'm not really fond of personality specific, but yeah, I think it's still better for just targeting oneself. Allows you to deal 1.35 damage, 1.35 times the damage to a calm enemy. Yeah, that doesn't really sound so good anymore. Maybe before, but now, not so much. So with that, let's go with the next one. It's HeavyLeomon. So this one I think is, well, from the sound of it, is the counterpart of Belzeemon BM. So Belzeemon BM is definitely gonna be the best offense-oriented Digimon when released in global. And let's see if HeavyLeomon can actually stand up to that in terms of defense. So, of course, HeavyLeomon is a tenacious Digimon. And let's look at the stats. HP wise, pretty high. One of the highest in the game, probably second. I think there's 12,000 already, which is Beelzemon RM. But let's see if those HP will be put into good use. So HP 11,364, power 4,402. Not really that bad. And if you have Shine Greymon BM, the tenacious one, plus 80% of this will can be converted into a pretty high power tenacious Digimon. So it's like a balance of high defense, high offense. But of course, with that, we're still gonna have to look for the skills. So let's look at the defense now, and 3,734. That's actually good. Like I said, the highest right now raw defense that we have is around 4,100, 4,200, and this one should be in terms of second to that, which is really good right now. So speed is 22. Yeah, it's you'd assume that the tank, of course, is kind of slow. Well, with just the name itself, it's heavy. HeavyLeomon. Are you gonna expect it to be fast or high in speed? No. Okay. So let's look at the skills now. Skill-wise, main skill, Sonic Excavator. Deals 340% damage to two enemies, ignore enemy block, and allows you to direct a certain amount of damage from an attack meant for an ally to yourself 5 times. So this is, I think there are other Digimons already that has this, but probably this is the best right now because he's really tanky. So 5 times, there are no turn limitations, so you can't remove this with Beelzemon BM or Apocalypse. This might be troublesome. So I'm imagining that whatever your lineup is gonna be, it's gonna be a tanky one because HeavyLeomon will protect all your Digimons. So this might be a good mix of tank, devoted, and probably just a damager just for finishing. But yeah, we'll figure it out once it's released. So for the sub skill, deals 210% damage to 3 enemies at level 1, down 3 enemies. Power damage resistance by 50%. This is actually good, 50%. So usually there are power damage resistance reduction, but only around 30-40%. And this one is probably one of the highest, it's 50%. So you're gonna be able to hit more in terms of damage, maybe even in clash battles. Not sure in Battle Park, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be useful at some point in Battle Park. So up one's counter rate by 50%. So probably that's useful because you're gonna receive all the damage, so the other Digimons might not trigger the counter anymore. You're gonna trigger the counter. But yeah, since there might be burn, let's see if there are other effects. So for the passive skill, nullify freeze effects targeting oneself permanent. So you can freeze this guy. So that's good. So you won't be able to disable him, at least for for that. And okay, there's another effect. I'm seeing something like Alphamon or Ryuken. When remaining HP or health is below 50%, you will receive the clear electric shock. So what does it do? Paralysis, stun, sleep, poison, burn, skill seal. So probably that's gonna be skill lock. And darkness is blind on self plus 80% on own power forever. Wow, forever. And plus 220% to own death. Effect once. What? That's insane. 220% death. So let's look at the death of HeavyLeomon again. It says at level 99 it's 3,734. So plus 220% of that. Let's just assume that 220% of that is 8,000. So when you activate this, HeavyLeomon's defense will be around 11,000. Wow, and it's gonna be permanent. You can't remove it with Belzeemon BM's effect or even a Pokémon. So the question I had earlier is this gonna be able to stand up to Beelzemon BM? I think he can, because of all the defense capabilities that HeavyLeomon has. The thing here is that if you can one-shot HeavyLeomon, better one-shot him before he activates the clear electric shock. It's gonna be interesting to see a clash of Beelzemon BM and HeavyLeomon facing off in Battle Park. So again, just remember, if you're still watching, you can submit videos in my Gmail account, patience2win@gmail.com, so you can your Battle Park videos can be featured every Sunday. We're gonna do that every Sunday while we're taking a break from Battle Park. So for the next is, okay, did I cover everything? So friendship skill in HeavyLeomon, yeah, pretty much the same. And main skill, awesome skill. So for the last Digimon that we're gonna talk about today is Minervamon Brave. So a lot of new Brave Digimons. So Minervamon Brave is, let's look at the stats. Its HP is really low, 5,197. And power is not that great as well, 3,181. Defense is 1,389, so it's as low as MetalGarurumon. And speed is 27. Well, all I can say is this is a filler Digimon, just to have two Digimons in a banner. So yeah, hopefully I don't get this one. I'm hoping I'm not jinx it. I'm not gonna jinx it now because I just hope I don't get this one. I just hope I just get HeavyLeomon and that's it. Anyway, let's just look at the skills before we finish up. 460% damage to a single enemy. Not good. Because of a single enemy. Ignore enemy block. Okay. 2 times damage during critical hit. So this might be useful in clash battles. Because 2 times damage and ignore enemy block, and it's a single enemy target. I think it's a clash battle specialist. So sub skill 210%, 3 enemies. Up allies counter rate by 30%. And yeah, sub skill doesn't do much as well. Passive skill up one's block rate by 30%. So aside that, from block is really useless right now because even Minervamon itself is ignoring enemy block, and a lot of Digimons right now are just ignoring enemy block, so kind of useless to increase block rate. And aside from that, it's targeting only oneself. So basically that's it. So which banner to go first if this is officially announced? For me, I like offense offense over defense, but in I think in terms of preference, if you like defensive Digimons or tanky Digimons, HeavyLeomon is definitely good. If you like offense, Beelzemon BM is good. If you have a lot of rubies, go for both. That's it. And if you're lucky. So yeah, this is gonna be exciting for the next few weeks of Battle Park. And let's just hope that we're gonna be lucky enough to pull both Digimons. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait for the next meta. And basically that's it. If you're still watching, thank you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time. Bye.